Hi guys, welcome back to the United Review by Hamel Sports. We're back today, and today we're going to be covering the first three Premier League matches of the season. The first game we had was against Wolves, and then Spurs, and then Nottingham Forest. So the first game against Wolves, it was okay. We didn't play super well. I feel like that we didn't play that well, and we're very lucky that we got that goal. Varane had a very good goal. I mean, in that game, we had the same amount of possession as them, same amount of passes, same amount of shots, basically. It was a pretty even game. I feel like we're definitely lucky that we got that goal by Varane. It was a very nice goal. I'm glad he got one. But I feel like we're very lucky that we got that goal. That game was kind of, it was good to see them playing again, but it was kind of disappointing that we couldn't have done a little better. The next game was against Spurs. That was not a very good game. The first goal that led in, I feel like both of them could have been prevented. The second goal, I feel like Onana should have saved. But other than that, I feel like Onana's playing pretty okay. He's already let in 2 goals at this point. Onana's doing okay. This game was not very good. That last goal ended up being tipped in by Martinez. So I just feel like we could have done way better. And, I just feel like it was another disappointing game. And we were lacking the ability to kind of play together. I feel like we've got so many good players in the past. And we just can't play well together. And I feel like that's definitely a problem. Because we have so many good players. And we spend so much money on them. But they're starting to play well together, but they're not playing really good together, and I feel like that's what we need, because if we're going to spend a lot of money on those players that are really good, we want them to be playing good together. So I just think that was a sad game, but other than that, I'm happy with how Onana has been. That was just a disappointing game. But our latest game that happened the other day, by the time I'm filming this, is against Nottingham Forest. So the first 2 goals that happened by Forest in the first 5 minutes, that can't happen. Because if that happens anymore, then we're going to lose games. And we're very lucky that Eriksen had a good finish, Casemiro had a good finish, and then Bruno's penalty. But I still feel like we could have played a little better. Letting in those 2 goals is very disappointing. But other than that, we're very lucky to have got that red card. I still feel like we could have won without it, just because we got a penalty, and the penalty wasn't on the red card. To be honest, I don't think that the red card, that wasn't really a red card. I understand that that he was trying to stop Bruno from getting forward, but even though it still might be a red card, I don't think Bruno would have gotten to the ball if he wasn't tackled like that, because there's another player right to the side of Bruno that could have stopped him. I'm not mad about it or anything, because I'm happy that we got the red card. But I still feel like that for Forrest, that red card was definitely avoidable, because if he didn't make that tackle, then he still could have been stopped. Because the ball, when Bruno was tackled, when he was still on the ground, the ball was still 5 feet in front of him, and there was a defender that had the ball 3 feet away from him, right there. So I feel like he could have gotten to the ball if, like, that tackle wasn't made. So I'm fine with that happening, but I still feel like for Forest, they could have avoided that. But it was a good penalty. It almost got saved, which was really bad because Turner, the thing about Turner that I noticed is that he can't catch the ball. Like, we were taking shots. Like, Bruno was taking shots from outside of the box. If you send it at him, he can't catch it. He can't, he always has to push it away. So if you take long shots and you get, a striker like Martial running at the goalkeeper after you take the shot, then you're going to get goals against Turner at least because he can't catch the ball. So I definitely think that's something that we could have done. But I feel like that's not the way we finished. But the Casemiro goal was very good. And, so that was a pretty good game. I still feel like we could have played a little better. And then the next game we have is against Arsenal on September 3rd. I'm excited about that game because last year in the beginning of the season we beat Arsenal, which was very good. Since the last time we filmed the episode, I don't think we've had any new transfers. But we do have, today I'm going to be looking at most of the most important transfers that happened all year. So all summer, I'm just going to be looking at reviewing the transfers, and I'm going to be saying if they're good or bad. So the first transfer we have here is Neymar. I think that wasn't a good transfer. I think he did it for just the money. Could have done better. I think a lot of players are going to the Saudi League, and they like to call it the Ronaldo effect. Like, he goes somewhere and they all join him. And I feel like they're all kind of going to believe that they're going to make the Saudi League a big thing. So I think it's still going to take a while for the Saudi League to get into, the Champions League. I think in maybe, a year or two, they should add the Saudi Pro League into the Europa Conference League to just start them out. So you can get some teams starting to play in those European competitions because it could just help the Saudi League a little bit. I don't know how many more players are going to join. But the next transfer we have is Harry Kane. I wanted him to join United, but I guess we couldn't get to him. But that's okay. We got Højlund. I don't know how good he's going to be, but, we'll see. Next transfer is Caicedo. A lot of people were trying to get this guy. Chelsea bought him for $116 million, which for me is way too much. I didn't think, Caicedo's good, but I don't think he's worth $116 million. I saw this thing the other day that was $100 million. 10 years ago, used to get you that young Ronaldo. That's how much Real Madrid bought him from United. But now you're buying players like Caicedo from Brighton for $100 million, over $100 million. That's just crazy. And I feel like that it's just way too much money for that kind of player. Okay, next player we have here is James Maddison. He was a pretty good transfer. He played good for Tottenham, so that was very good. We also have Onana, we've talked about, Bellingham to Real Madrid, Dembele to PSG, which is, we'll see how that goes, Asensio to PSG. Theo Hernandez to PSG from Bayern, and then we have Nkunku to Chelsea, which we've seen him play for a little bit. Benzema to one of the teams in the Saudi Pro League. I don't know which one that is. And then Messi, of course, to Inter Milan. Alexis McAllister to Liverpool. And then we have Mahrez to another Saudi Pro League team. Robert Sanchez to Chelsea, Ruben Neves to Al Hilal, Sabitzer to Dortmund. Sorry about that. I just forgot for a minute. Sabitzer to Dortmund. I liked him. I kind of wanted to sign him for full time, but I guess we didn't end up doing it. He was just going to stay alone. But we did play against him when we played Dortmund. It was good. It was nice to see him. It looked like he was playing good. Declan Rice to Arsenal. It's another big one. Conte to... Oh, is this... I think this might be Al Ittihad. It's like the orange or yellow and black team. I think that's what it is. Kepa to Real Madrid. I was thinking De Gea would go there, but I guess not. And then Mitrovic to Al Hilal. He's a good player. We played against him a couple times. Sadio Mane to Al Nassr. He's playing good with Ronaldo right now, which is good to see. Havertz to Arsenal. And that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much all the big transfers this year. So I'm excited to see how they play. But right now we just have a couple more games coming up. We have Arsenal, Brighton, and then Burnley coming up. So I'm excited to see that. But if you didn't notice, this episode is a little longer than normal. It's going to be 12 minutes, which is fine. I just had a little extra time to talk about all those transfers. But thanks for listening. Our podcast is on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music, and, of course, Spotify. So thanks for listening, guys, and I'll make sure to make another episode after some next games or matches. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.